Hello and happy Tuesday, everyone. Patty McCracken here in Denver, Colorado. And for those of you watching this as a replay, definitely remember to tap the screen if you appreciate the value that's being added to you and share those hearts. So hello and happy Tuesday, everyone. Patty McCracken, Denver, Colorado. And just wanted to spend some time with you this morning before I jump into my busy day here. But I wanted to give you a few thoughts to think about as you are out there building the day. Hello, Savannah. How are you? For those of you dialing in for the very first time, please do announce yourself and where you are scoping in from today on this beautiful Tuesday, almost afternoon here in Denver, Colorado. So Patty McCracken here. For those of you who I have not had a chance of talking with or meeting with. What's up, Milton Cody? Hopefully you are doing well, my friend. So today we are going to talk about the very first day that you decided to be an entrepreneur, that you decided to partner with whatever opportunity, whatever business, whatever network marketing company that you're a part of. That's what we are going to talk about here today. Hello, Kansas. Hello, Loveland from California, Kansas. Hello, Southern California. What's up? Johnny Whitsett. Hello, Houston, Texas. What's up, Diego? Milton Cody. What's up? Cathedral City. What's going on? For those of you, again, who are on here for the very first time, Periscope is such an opportunity for you to go out there and add value to the world, but also to learn from several different people in your field or in your community. It's just a great way just to share content. It's a great way to share the message and to give appreciation by sharing the heart. So Marietta, California, welcome. Richmond, Virginia, hello. Going for RMD, you can do it. I know you can do it. This is the time to do it. So you definitely want to finish off your month strong. What's up, Northern California, North Carolina, Embrace Life. I love that name. Cool, very cool. So thank you for the hearts, guys and gals. So what we are going to talk about today is something that I actually talked about a few days ago to a lot of people on the team. And so for those of you who are on here for the very first time, whatever company you're a part of, you know, whether it's in network marketing, direct sales, relationship marketing, this is a Periscope that will be very generic, you know, and so you can take this value, you can take this content, and you can share it with your organization and your team and your upline if you wish to, in regards to the value that we can add for each other. But the other night, I had the opportunity of going to a Spanish-speaking market party. And at the very moment in time, I actually am learning Spanish every single morning, which is really starting my day out the right way, is by learning a new language, you know, learning a new skill. And it's so neat when you start learning a new skill and learning a new language or learning new anything, because you're going through a process, and it's difficult, it's uncomfortable, it's challenging. You know, sometimes you think, is this worth it? Why am I doing this? Why am I investing my time with this? But I promise you it's worth it. So that's what our talk today is going to be about, is embracing the journey and remembering your very first day, you know, your very first market party, your very first opportunity party or event, you know, the very first time that you were at a restaurant or a sit down or a Starbucks or, you know, at a hotel venue or at a party, maybe at someone's house or living room. Okay, so can you remember that? How easily can you remember that? How easily can you pull that back into your memory, the very first day that you partnered up with your opportunity and company? You see, I was at a market party on Sunday night, and it was a great venue. It was a downstairs venue under a really cool sushi restaurant, and it reminded me of my very first venue with the company that I represent today. You know, we started somewhere. Slow down. Okay, Jordan, I will slow down a little bit. I'll try to slow down, man. Sometimes I just get going here, but I appreciate that. See, this is what's so cool about Periscope, guys and gals, is that you can add value. You can share. You can participate with the speaker or with the listener, split second, real time. Okay, that's the neat part about what Periscope allows you to do. But where I was going was that I was at this cool venue, brand new place that we are presenting our opportunity and product at. And it's in the Spanish-speaking market. And I got so excited. I got so inspired to be there with them because it reminded me of where I started my journey almost 4 years ago. And so wherever you are in your process of building your business, building your downline, building your sales force, building your customer base, it starts with you. It starts on that very first day. And so where I'm going with today's talk is that wherever you are in your journey, whether you are just getting started or whether you are building a very large organization and team, it starts the moment that we get started in regards to a 5 to 7 year run. You see, you need to look at your opportunity. You need to look at your success or your lack of success or experience as a 5 to 7 year goal. And so kind of what you want to look at visually is if you're in an airplane, right, you can see miles and miles in every single direction. Cars, buildings, people look like ants, right? They look very, very tiny. You see, in your business, guys and gals, you cannot take inventory of your business within a few days, weeks, or months. It is a several year process, like everything else that's of value. When you learned how to walk, when you learned how to read, when you learned how to talk, when you learned how to go through schooling, when you learned how to work your job or your career, it took time. It took a lot of time to get comfortable, to get acclimated with your system. And so hopefully whatever company that you represent, you have systems in place. You have third-party tools that allow people to learn about your opportunity or your products or your services. But you have to start somewhere. And so where I'm going with all this today is that I was talking to someone yesterday about their journey and their process. And it just reminded me to where I was at. You see, 45 months ago is when I got started again in the direct sales network marketing industry. And I was forever grateful for that phone call. I got started in my opportunity the night I heard about it. And so what I want to really share is that 45 months ago, I found myself working 60 to 70 hours a week. Can anyone on this Periscope relate to working 8 to faint, Monday through Sunday, every single day, whether you're at the office or at your location or you're bringing work home, we were constantly working. And so I remember very vividly the phone call I received from my great friend, my best friend, and my mentor and support team, Mr. Puyagandian, the night I received that call. It was September 18th, 2011. I had just gotten home from work, and I had so much desire to change. I had so much hope for more opportunity. I started dreaming bigger immediately. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully this is adding value to you. I got inspired immediately with my opportunity. And I knew it was going to be a 5 to 7 year build and run. Now, although I was able to replace my salary rather quickly, although I was able to get inside of the paid for vehicle, Lexus, with our opportunity, I really realized that it was still going to be a 5 to 7 year build, a 10-year build, a 20-year build. And if you love what you're doing, guys and gals, you will be acclimated and stay with your opportunity long after the day you got started. You see, in your opportunity, we build a culture, we build a family, we build a team and an organization. And so right now, if you're not making the money that you want to make inside of your opportunity or your business or your organization, just give it more time. Develop the skills required to go out there and build a business. Develop the skills required that will make you more powerful, that will empower you on a daily basis. And so here's a quick tip for you. What are the thoughts that you are thinking on a daily basis? What are the thoughts that power your mind? Are they disempowering thoughts and beliefs? Are they thoughts of, man, I wish I could have done this. Man, I wish I could have done that. Man, I wish I could go talk to this person. Man, I wish I could go talk to that person. Or are they thoughts of, what can I do today to empower myself, to make myself a better leader, a better communicator, a better follower? You see, in order to be a great leader, we have to generally become a great follower first. Well, what occupies your mind is generally what you attract. So hopefully, spaced aliens, you are attracting that into your life. And if you're not thinking on the positive side of it. And so it's all good. See, that's, guys and gals, this is what Periscope is all about, is that you can get instant feedback from your listeners and participants right away. Okay, exactly, Savannah, law of attraction. So what are the thoughts that you're thinking on a daily basis? You see, you have to give yourself love. You have to talk to yourself like you are a younger person of you. Would you talk to yourself in a mean and violent tone? If you were 10 years old, if you were 8 years old. You see, we have to embrace the process and go back to the day that we got started in our opportunity. Hopefully, if you are building your business, hopefully if you are developing yourself, if you're reading good books, listening to good tapes, working on yourself harder than you do your business, you are far, far, far farther along than you were the first day you got started in your business. And that's why I entitled today's Periscope, can you remember your very first day? Can you remember your very first time? People are always listening. Your mind, thoughts become things. It's something that I have constantly bombarded my mind with positive psychology. Thoughts become things. What are you thinking? And so when I go back to that very first venue, or one of the very first venues when I started my business, it was in Phoenix, Arizona. It was in a place where Good, brother. I'm glad you remember your first. I would hope you'd remember your first. I definitely remember my first experience and many, 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 many things and many more things to come. But I remember starting my business in a loungy area, right? If you're in Arizona, it's right off the 10 freeway. It was a hotel that probably back in the day was awesome, and now it's kind of on the down low, on the downgrade. But here, what's up, AZ? Francisco Moreno, Tucson, Arizona, one of our great leaders out there. Randy Nordyke, San Diego, California. Welcome to this Periscope. I know you're taking notes because I know you're about to launch your Periscope brand here in the next few days, Randy, so I'm excited for you. But here's the deal, guys and gals. Wherever you started your business, you started somewhere. We got to get back into the trenches. We got to remember where we started from and where we are today. You see, you got to give yourself love. You got to give yourself a pat on the back for what you are achieving and what you are building. You see, it just takes time. It just takes consistent and daily effort and activity. You know, my mentor and coach, Mr. Jeff Olson, always talks about the slight edge activities. You know, doing a few simple daily disciplines consistently over time will guide you and steer you up the success curve, versus doing a few errors in judgment every single day that will take you down the success curve. And so if we put that into being healthy or working out, you know, a couple errors in judgment would be, you know, eating the Snicker bar versus the apple, you know, not doing your nutrients or supplements or your proteins, you know, deciding not to go to the gym or work out versus going to the gym or working out. And so what are the thoughts that are empowering our brain and our mind on a daily basis? You see, guys and gals, if you're building this business today, if you're building this business right now, and you have an organization and a team, and even if you have one person on your organization and team, you have got to understand and realize that you are the leader of your organization and team. You need to take ownership of that organization and team. Now, I hope that you have a support team around you. I hope that you have a tremendous training platform inside of your organization, company, platform, or whatever it is, whether it's in corporate America or direct sales. But at the end of the day, you have to take ownership of your organization and team, and you have to develop yourself. You see, this is a 5 to 7 year journey. And so if we are going back to the first analogy and visualization I gave you, it is truly looking at your business from 10,000 to 30,000 feet up in the air. You know, a bird's eye view of what you're building and what you're doing. You see, those first few weeks, those first few months, those first few quarters, you're just figuring things out. You're just learning the system. You're just learning what you got involved in. You're just learning how to speak. Hopefully through this process, you're going from your head to your heart. And so for those of you on today's Periscope that have a challenge with speaking with people, you don't know what to say, you know, what do I say to this person or that person? You got to get out of your head, and you got to come from a place of love. If you come from your heart, you get out of your mind, and you will just communicate. You will just talk. You will just converse. And so if you need help with that, there's a lot of great books out there that can help you with conversating with people. A book I recommend, GoPro, is absolutely a great book on the business and the philosophy of network marketing. But a great book I recommend on building relationships is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This was either my first or second book I ever read in my life. Okay, so I was not studious. I did not care about school. I did not care about, you know, the planet Pluto. Now, I want to go to outer space. I can't wait to go to outer space. That is a goal of mine. But at the end of the day, I realized that the periodic table or learning about Pluto or Saturn or Mars is not going to pay me big money. Okay, so the first real books I ever read were on personal development. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Hey man, I'm all about aliens. You know, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know, Cash Flow Quadrant. I started developing myself. I started learning. I started figuring things out. I'm glad you're hearing these reminders. Now take action with it. My background, Mike Hobson from Nerium, is in restaurant development. So I was in the franchising world, the franchising space. Think and Grow Rich, another great book, Mrs. Clemens, 2014. That is a book that I have always struggled with in regards to his writing style. You know, Napoleon Hill wrote that book in the early 1900s when it was a very, very different and very hard read. And so what I've really found with the great Napoleon Hill is I listen to his audiobooks, and I can actually retain that a little bit more. But, you know, again, my background actually was in 7 years. For 7 years, I was in a direct sales company. Never had a lot of success. I got started in that business when I was 20 years old. And so from 20 to 27, 28, I built with that organization and company. It was a service-based business, and I never had a lot of financial success, but it developed me. I honed in on it. I sat in training after training after training after training, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of figuring out human behavior, psychology, business philosophies, how to win friends and influence people, how to lead, how to talk, how to communicate. I learned how to be a person. I learned how to have confidence. I learned how to be a leader. And so wherever you are in your journey, it does take time. It requires effort. It requires a lot of mental capacity and power, but it's worth it. And so when I started off my Periscope today, I talked about what I'm doing in the early mornings. I am learning, or I'm listening to Spanish every single morning. And it's a beautiful thing to witness and experience. Today, for 3 seconds, I allowed myself to get frustrated because I could not recall one of the words or one of the phrases that I'm learning right now. And so for those of you on today's Periscope, I do not know a lot of Spanish, habla un poco castellano, right? Castellano, I think, is the Spanish, or the proper word for Espanol. Again, I don't know a lot, but I'm learning. And so the process here is that we're learning, we are developing, and we are going forward. And if you allow yourself and you love yourself through that process, you will do well. I suggest doing Periscope for a lot of reasons. I believe Periscope can allow you, first off, to get tremendous value from other leaders and other organizers and other opportunities. You see, in my Periscope, I really do not talk about my opportunity because I don't need to. I'm trying to add value to the rest of the world. And that's the beauty of Periscope, is that you will find people from more Spanish, un poco. I don't even want to get started on this because it's probably a good thing to do. But my Periscope is really just to add value and to add value to others. So for you want to learn from other people. There's a lot of people on Periscope that you can learn from that are in other organizations and teams, in other companies. And you're just looking for a few golden nuggets, guys and gals. You're looking to steal something from every single person that you listen to or you talk to on a daily and weekly basis. I am constantly learning from people, whether they are in my business or whether in another business. 400 million in the people in the world speak Spanish. It is powerful to know, and so I hope someday to master that, but it will take time, and I'm allowing myself the time that it will take to learn it. Lance Burton did our regional in Salina. Really? Yeah, Lance Burton is an absolute stud. I love Mr. Lance and Megan Burton. Great people, a part of our organization and team. So my Periscope, guys and gals, is really to learn, to educate, to learn from others, and to communicate with other people, and then also to share value on a daily and weekly basis with those that see value in what I'm saying. And you are absolutely the combined average of the 5 people that you hang out with the most. You see, guys and gals, at the end of the day, you can have mentors, you can have leaders that are not alive today. You can learn so much from learning from people's biographies, reading their books, learning their life journey. Steve Jobs, Richard, I always constantly listen to Jim Rohn. Every single day I'm listening to a little bit of Jim Rohn. We can learn from people indirectly. My mentor today is Jeff Olson, and I have the opportunity of working with him now. But for my first 7 years, he was more of an indirect mentor. I listened to his tapes. I read his books. I listened to his conference calls. Everywhere he spoke, I tried to get to listen to and learn from him. And so it doesn't matter where people are in the country. It doesn't matter if they even work with you personally. You can indirectly learn from them every single day. You have that power. You have that ability, and you have that choice just to simply learn from them. There are tremendous people in the world. Earl Nightingale is one of the founders of personal development. Bob Proctor is another genius in regards to personal development and human behavior. There are so many people, guys and gals, that you can align with that will allow you to grow yourself, develop yourself, and to build your business. And so as we end up closing here, unless anyone has any questions or thoughts or comments or anything else you want me to talk about, I got to jump on a call here in about 5 minutes. But we have to talk about this. You have to embrace your process. Go back to the very first opportunity meeting you were at. Go back to the very first opportunity meeting that you were a part of. You are officially now a distributor or a brand partner, an independent associate, or a promoter or a presenter, whatever you call yourself in your company. Go back to that time. Are you better today than you were back then? The answer has to be yes. And if it's not, it's because you're not growing. You're not allowing yourself to fail forward. Zig Ziglar, another tremendous leader on communication and leadership. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Jeff Olson, absolutely. Guys and gals, it takes work. It takes effort. But here's the deal. This is a business and an industry that will allow you to work your business part-time, spare time. And if you do it consistently over a long enough period of time, you will be able to build a residual income in 5 to 7 years that will allow you to be able to have more cash flow, that will allow you to retire faster. You see, the old system is broken. And that's one thing I can share with you as I keep continuing here, is that in my business, guys and gals, we all have days of disgust. We all have days of overcoming obstacles. We all have those days of defeat. We all have those days we have to draw the line in the sand. But here's the deal. The previous opportunity that I had working in restaurants, that would never, ever set me free. That would never, ever allow me to dream big or to do things that I can do today in today's world. I get to see my family now, my mom and dad, almost every single month, if not a couple times a month. You see, our business allows you to shrink and compress time frames. But think about it. You're trying to break the system. You're trying to build a business from home to allow yourself to not work that 40 to 50 to 60-year career in corporate America with someone's thumb on you. Okay, so if you're trying to replace a 40 or 50-year career in 5 to 7 years in network marketing, guess what that's going to take? It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of effort, and it's worth it. It is so worth it. The person that you become, the person that you attract, the people that you align with will allow you to go on that journey and go on that mission. You just got to swim in your own lane, guys and gals. You got to have the blinders on and stay focused. You do not need to compare yourself to other people in this business. And I promise you, I will do that as well. Every once in a while, I look at that. I see that. But here's the deal. We are on our own journey. We are on our own mission. And so it's up to us to continue that journey. You see, you will become the celebrity. You will become the hero. You will become the leader of your organization and team when you're ready to, when you're ready to take ownership of it. You see, we are all a part of someone's organization and team in network marketing. We are all a part of a bigger organization and team, but eventually you create your own organization and team. And it's just about you developing it. It's just about you embracing it. So go back to the time when you were brand new, your first, second, or third meeting, your first, second, or third week or month or quarter inside of your business. Are you better today than you were back then? If the answer is yes, and I promise you it probably is yes, you are succeeding. You are having success. Maybe it's not financially yet, but the money will come. Maybe it's the culture. Maybe it's the support. Maybe you're sharpening your axe before you start swinging at the tree. And that is a great thing to do on a daily basis. Jeff Olson always talks about, the great philosopher always said, if I had 4 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 3 hours sharpening my axe, 1 hour physically chopping at the tree. What did he mean by that? What he meant by that is you got to stay sharp. You got to be focused. Once you develop the skills inside to develop a relationship, to communicate effectively, to build up your listening skills, you will recruit, you will sell, you will build a business. And so in a final thought here, one thing I did talk to a lady about yesterday, and I thank you for the hearts, whoever is green and blue, I appreciate you, and light green, go, go, go. Oh, I love the shamrocks. Thank you there, Amy Dunn. I appreciate that. Yellow, nice. Little Irish colors there. So where I was going with this, I totally lost my train of thought. Where I was going. But you got to develop yourself. And in that process, you will develop others, okay? So it starts with us. It starts with you. Wherever you are in your journey, just embrace it, just love it, and just keep on going. You see, whatever company you are in, if you have a tremendous product or a service, or you have tremendous leadership that has high integrity, you will succeed. You will build in the right business. Our industry is changing, guys and gals, every single day. These last 24 hours have been pretty crazy in this industry. A lot of things are happening. But look at where the world is going. And so this is what we will end with. 10 years ago, guys and gals, we did not have Facebook. We barely had email. Okay, we did not have Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. Okay, all of those are new applications. 10 years ago, we did not have smartphones. We had phones that you barely could text. Okay, so where I'm going with this, guys and gals, is that the world is changing, and so is the retail world. Walmart, the number one retailer, if they don't change a few things, they will be blown away by Amazon. When you can deliver something for free and overnight quickly, who needs Walmart? Who needs a mall? Who needs a shopping center? You see, guys and gals, we are in direct sales. We are building a book of business, and we are building a distribution all over the country and all over the world if you have that opportunity. This is what we do. This is what we build. We are in the business of developing others and building distribution. The world is changing. I promise in 10 years, network marketing will be the industry to be in. It's just what company will you be a part of? Eventually people will say, so what company are you a part of? What's your plan B? What's your plan B company? You know, it will become self-known and self-evident. So for the 27 of you that are on here live right now, or the hundreds that'll be watching on the replay, whatever company that you're a part of, you are breaking the mold. You are breaking away from the herd, and you are leading from the front. You are swimming upstream. You are changing the course of your trajectory, and it will go against the grain. You will be ridiculed. You will be opposed, but eventually it will become self-evident. So for those of you living happy on this beautiful Tuesday, I encourage you to think in better thoughts and think empowered thoughts. What could I do today to allow myself to have the best day ever? What could I read today that will allow me to attract more people into my business? What could I learn today that will allow me to be more positive and more effective? Sitting at a day job, I wish I could have read that. Here's one thing I didn't read your quote, my friend, on the day job thing, but one thing I can share with you is that I hated my job. I hated where I was at. And so here's what happened. I turned that hate into fuel. That empowered me to go out there and build my business when I was tired, when I was burnt out, when I wanted to just go home and kick it or chill or relax. I went out there and I built my business. I made my follow-up calls, or I sharpened my axe. I started reading the books and listening to the tapes. Guys and gals, if you are a part of our organization and team or company, you know what we have. Get in your back office and study your ass off. Read, listen, and watch the videos. Like, why would you not be watching the videos? You know, when I got started, we didn't have just one video. We had like 18 videos when we launched our business. When we launched Nearium International, we had 18 videos. Most companies have one for a year. We had 18. I watched those videos every single day and every single night. You know why? I watched those videos so I knew which video to send my prospect that wanted to know about the product. I watched those videos to learn about the science. So when someone had a science-based question, I send him that video. Guys and gals, this is your business. You have to own it. You have to want it, and you have to learn. And the more that you learn, the more that you're going to earn. Leaders are readers, my friends. If you don't love to read, get over it and learn it. Okay, I was not a great reader. I didn't care about reading in school. I really didn't, because I never understood the value. But when I understood the value of reading in today's world, learning about leadership, communication, confidence, motivation, development, psychology, sociology, I started really loving the process. So I know this Periscope was a little bit long here today, but I just want to share a couple of those quick thoughts before I really roll into my day here. So take care, everyone. For those of you who have not done your very first Periscope, I encourage you to do your very first Periscope. Get on that day job and just get after it, man. You know, just figure out why you're doing this and go for it. You know, use that determination to go out there and build your business at night. Guys and gals, I promise you, if you're just consistently putting in a few minutes a day, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, you will build your business. This is a part-time industry. Here's one thing. The reason that we attract so many professionals, the reason that we attract people like yourself that are working a full-time job, maybe 2 jobs, maybe going to school and raising a family, is because we have a system in place for the average and ordinary person that has just a few hours a week, part-time, spare time. They can go out there and start earning additional income. They can start building a book of business and building a customer base. I have a blog for sure. It is at pattymccracken.com. So my full name, or my name on this blog, on my Periscope, Patty McCracken. You can just type in my name and Google my name and everything will come up. Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Periscope, whatever, Facebook. But I try to do these every single day to add value. But with that being said, guys and gals, I got to run. I got to go. I hope you have a great Tuesday. I know you can have a great Tuesday. If you got up on the right side of the bed, keep on rocking and rolling. If you got up on the wrong side of the bed, your attitude can shift just like that. Just change your thoughts. Stinking thinking does not help, right? Sometimes we need a checkup from the neck up. Okay, so just get acclimated. Ask yourself empowered thoughts. What could I do today to make it the best day of my life? What could I learn today that will allow me to go out there and attract the people that I'm looking for on a daily, weekly basis? Thank you, Savannah. Thank you, Francisco. I appreciate you all. Have a happy and blessed day. Guys and gals, take care, take charge, and I'll see you on the next Periscope. Bye, y'all.